Good morning, class. Today is Monday, August 31st, and we're going to review some nouns and verbs for our language arts activity today. We've been discussing verbs and nouns since last week, so let's just quickly review what they are. Verbs show action. It's something you can do. Okay, so here is our poster. It says this year's festivities involved a small syrup disaster. Involved, if you involve something or someone, then it's something you can do. Okay, nouns are people, places, or things. Okay, so they're words that name a person, place, or thing. So let's look at the sentence down here. Art involved quite a lot of paint. Okay? So art is a thing and paint is a thing. So those are both nouns. Now we're going to practice sorting words. And in your spiral, I want you to go ahead and record them in your language notebook as you're listening to this. So go ahead and make two sections. One section needs to be for nouns that you're going to write. Another section is going to be for verbs that you're going to write. I'm going to use yellow for the nouns, and then we're going to use purple for the verbs. So remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. A verb is something you can do or something that shows action. So let's start with bear. Is bear a noun? Is it a person, place, thing? Yes, bear is a thing, it's an animal. So we want to shade that yellow. Okay, find. Is that something you can do or is it a person, place, or thing? Find. That is something you can do. I can find something. So that would be a verb. Okay, crawl. Is it telling something like a person, place, or thing, or is that something you can do? I can crawl, so that is an action word, so that means it is a verb. We want to color this purple. Okay, next is baby. Is that a person, place, or thing? If it is, then that makes it a noun. If it's a verb, then it must show action. Can I baby something? Well, yes, you can, but this is talking about baby, a person. So we would shade that yellow for noun. Okay, draw. Is draw something you can do, or is it a person, place, or thing? It is something you can do, so that makes it a verb. We want to shade that purple. Build. Can I build something? Is that something I can do? And is it an action word? Yes. So that makes it a verb. Something you can do. Rabbit. Can I rabbit something? Is that something I can do? No. So that means it's a noun. It's a thing, a person, place, or thing are our nouns. So we want to shade that yellow for noun. A phone. Is that a person, place, thing, or is it a verb? Does it show action? Well, if you said it is a thing, then that means it is a noun. We would shade that yellow. Okay, hear. Is that something you do, or is that a person, place, or thing? If I hear something, that is something I can do. So hear is a verb. Paper. Paper. And can I do paper? Is that something that shows action? No, that's a thing. So that means it is a noun. Home. Person, place, or thing, or action word. Home is a thing, so we would shade that yellow for nouns. Okay, now I want you to pause the video and try to do the rest of these on your own in your spiral. Okay, so remember noun, person, place, or thing. Verb is action, something you can do. Okay, once you unpause the video, you can check to make sure you got these correct. Dig, that shows action. That's something I can do. So we want to shade that purple. School. School is a place. So person, place, or thing makes it a noun. So we want to shade that yellow. Grass. Can you grass something? Is that something you can do? No. So it is a thing. It is a noun. We want to shade that yellow. So you should have written grass in the noun section. Bed. Bed. Is that something you can do or is it a thing? If it's a thing, you were correct, so that should have been a noun, shaded yellow. Sleep. Is sleep something you can do? Yes. Sleep is something that we can do. It's an action word. So we would shade that purple. It is a verb. Hand. Hand. Well, it depends on how that's used in a sentence, but we're going to assume that it's just talking about your hand on your arm. But if you hand someone something, that can show action. So that could be a verb. But we're going to assume that in this case, it's talking about your body part. If it's a body part, then that would be a noun. That's a thing. So we would shade that yellow. Work. Now, is work something you do? Yes, that's action. So that would be a verb. Mother. Mother is a person. So person, place, or thing would be a verb or a noun. Sorry, noun. Kick. Is kick something you can do? Yes, I can kick something, so that shows action. That makes it a verb. Kick is a verb. Next one is box. Box, can you box something? No, not in this case. They're talking about just an actual box, so that would mean it's a noun. That's a thing. Dive. If I dive, is that showing action? Is that something you can do? Or is that something that is a person, place, or thing? If you said it's action and it's a verb, then you were correct. Color that purple. Okay, hop. Is that something you can do? Or is that a person? No. Is it a thing? No. Is it a place? No. Hopping shows action, so we would call that a verb, hop. And the last one, eat. Is that a person? No. A place? No. A thing? No. So it can't be a noun. Now for verb, it has to show action and it's something you can do. Can I eat? Yes. That's something I can do, so I would also shade that purple for nouns. I mean verb, sorry y'all. Verb, because it shows action. Okay, so here are spelling words for this week. So how we do spelling in 3rd grade is you get your list on Mondays. You study them in class, you study them at home with your parents or maybe your brother or sister or grandparent, and then on Fridays is when we will take our spelling test. So what we will do today is just review the words. I will read them to you. You can practice them at home with your parents starting today, Monday. So how you can practice at home, you can write the words out on notebook paper. You can have your mom or dad call the word out and you spell it back to them. So those are just a couple of ways you can practice. You can maybe create something in Seesaw where you're practicing the words without looking at the words. So I will post this list of words in Seesaw for you to study throughout the week. And then we'll take our final test on Friday. So let's go ahead and look at our list. Number 1 is crop. 2 is plan. 3 is theme. 4 is smell. 5 is shut. 6 is sticky. 7, spent. 8, lunch. 9, pumpkin. 10, clock. 11, gift. 12, class. 13, skip. 14, swing. And then 15 through 18 are some review words. 15 is crash. 16, dish. 17, frog. 18, plum. And the challenge words. 19 is planning. 20, sprint. 21, wedge. And 22, problem. So for your first assignment that you will do with these words in class is to write each of them 3 times each. That will be done in Seesaw also. Your assignment will be in Seesaw, and then you will write the words on notebook paper, okay? We'll also go over these in a Zoom meeting too, so we'll practice saying the words together. Your next assignment is your warm-up. So this is in your warm-up binder that you got at Meet the Teacher. The front half had your math warm-ups, and then behind that math warm-up is going to be all of your daily language warm-ups. So we're just going to do week 1 together. We're going to practice making the correction marks for Monday. Then you can write these sentences on this sheet on the line below. So we'll just do the correction marks together, and then you will rewrite the whole sentence on this line underneath on your own, okay? So let's look at number 1. Did you hear Mother calling you to dinner? Okay, so number 1 right here, all sentences need to start with a capital. So we put 2 lines underneath to make it a capital. Did you hear Mother calling you to dinner? Okay, everything else looks good, but what needs to go at the end? If you're saying question mark, then you are correct. That is a question, so we put a question mark. Number 2, the meeting starts at 9:15. Okay, what always needs to be at the beginning of a sentence? A capital. So we're going to put 2 lines underneath that letter that needs to be capitalized. The meeting starts at 9:15. What are we missing right here? This needs to have 2 dots in between since this is a time. Okay, and then we're missing one more thing. We should have a period at the end. So when you rewrite this sentence, make sure you capitalize the T, put 2 dots, which is called a colon, in between the hour and the minutes, and then make sure you put a period at the end. Okay, for number 3, it says circle the word that is spelled correctly. So this is supposed to say does. Now this word is incorrect. It should not have an S on the end like that. It should only have 1 S. Okay, and this is spelled just like you say it, but is not how we spell the word does. Okay, next one, does. This would be correct. This is how you spell does. And this one doesn't say does, it says deuce. Okay, the last 2, we're deciding whether it's a fact or opinion. So remember, for a fact, that means it's true or can be proven. An opinion is something you think and it's not necessarily true, okay? So number 4, Superman wears a blue suit and a red cape. Okay, well, is that something that we can prove? Can we tell that he's wearing a blue suit and a red cape? Yes, so we would say that is a fact. Okay, the reason we say this is a fact because it tells me blue suit and a red cape. Well, I can look at Superman, his suit, and tell that it's blue, and his cape and tell that it's red, to know that that's a fact. Number 5, the grass is too long. Okay, the grass is too long. Well, it may be long, but too long makes it opinion, because if somebody says it's too long, it may be too long for them, but not too long for somebody else. So that's what makes it an opinion. When they put that word too long in there, it makes it an opinion. Okay. So you can go ahead and do this in your binder, write on the sheet. It's okay if you write on those sheets. And then you will make the marks and then rewrite the sentence on these lines. Okay.